Good Monday, it's morning. I did that on purpose, and I'll do it the other way. Good morning, it's Monday. June 20th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Xingyi. We have been working on Xingyi's 12 Animals. Today, I'm going to show you what the ending looks like. It's the same as the beginning, pretty much. I had said this before, and it is what we're going to do today. The several movements leading up to this, monkey grabs a rope, monkey holds a peach. We will review a little bit. We're going to focus on these the ending, which is also the beginning, like I said, and as that is relevant, it's not, how I say this, it's a good place to start. Now, how does the form end? Well, it ends the same as the beginning. Well, then we could start there, right? This week, next week, I'll review a few things more for practice and go back through a couple of the animals so that you can see how to practice a couple of these animals individually. Horse and tiger are my two favorites, so we'll work on those. Probably pay attention a little bit to dragon as well. After that, I'm still looking at whether or not I'm going to take a break. I might. Not sure yet. What I'm considering is to go ahead and start Bagua, but start slowly. So maybe spend a little bit more time at the beginning on stepping methods, on the hand methods, a little bit more on the whole concept of turning, walking the circle, and doing a little bit of leg strengthening and body alignment work as well. Bagua has 8. That's what the ba in it means, 8. Gua. In this case, it's we can talk about directions. We can talk about the 8 trigrams that we see in the Bagua symbol. I will talk a little bit about those as it relates to our stepping method and what we're doing in the form. As with Xingyi, the 8 directions inform what we're doing in Bagua. So in Xingyi, we pay attention to the 5 elements and the 12 animals. In Bagua, we pay attention to the 8 directions: north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, over here, east, and southwest. All right. As we work through each of the changes, each of the palm changes, we do pay attention to where we are on the circle and how our stepping method affects where we end up. All right, today we're still working on Xingyi. Let's get started. All right, we have this basic stretch, which will be with me forever. And I'll talk about it again when we start Bagua, because I'm going to add a little bit to this basic stretch when we start Bagua. All right? Hand circle to the front, back around to both sides, up along the center line, reach out, roll up through the back, and again, pull up, bend the knees, don't sit back, Try and stay out over the leg. Reach out. Bend through the hip, not through the waist. Keep the knees bent. Roll up. Straighten the legs as you roll up. One more time. Reach out. Follow the space between the hands. Reach out. Roll up. Fingertips reach up. Elbows drop down. Wrists. Hands return to your sides. Yeah, relax. I'm going to go ahead and show this. I'm going to move quickly. A little preview of what's coming up. I mentioned that I'm going to add to these stretches. These particular stretches are something that I learned from Hong Wei Lun, who was my first Tai Chi teacher. He taught Yang style Tai Chi. This was way back in the 80s. Yeah, I go back. Actually, I go back to the 70s, but I was only in a couple of classes. Then I studied dance, and then I went back to Tai Chi and stayed there. Alright, so early 80s. Yeah. Alright, so every time we practice, there was a warm-up set that we would do. I thought it was a warm-up set at the time. It's actually a Qigong strengthening set that was so highly beneficial to everything that we did in the forms. All right, so as we started it out, there's several sets. I've recorded all of them. What I'm going to add to this basic stretch, so every time we do basic stretch here, I've been doing 3 times. I'm going to increase that to 6. We're going to work inward as well and side to side. So just one time through, this is what that's going to look like. So we're here, this basic stretch, same thing, same as what we've been doing, right? Extend and roll up. Alright, and the inward circle looks like that. Side to side is side to side. I've turned to my left, come around, up on my right. And into the center. Elbows drop down, wrists drop down, fingertips, and return. This set, what? Why do we need to do more? Partly because I need to do more. That's a simple answer. And partly because this is how we get ready. There are things that we will do in Bagua, turns, yes, some up and down things, that require not only the strength that we have been building in Xingyi to hold in place, but the ability to move, twist, and turn. If we don't warm up, especially me, and build a little bit more strength through the upper body, the waist, the holding strength through the abs and the hips to support the lower abdomen, to support the lower back, and to support the spine in the space between the ribs and the hips. Okay? Ribs are here, hips are here. There's a space here. We use that. We use it in Xingyi, we use it more in Bagua. We need to build the strength to keep this in place and to hold here, supporting this midsection in the back, so that when we're turning, we don't inadvertently do something that we didn't want to do. I've done this. Don't do it. It matters. This holding strength, part of this holding strength that I'm talking about, we are going to work on right now. Santibu. That we're going to be here for. All right, let me do this with a warning. I know. For a little preview. Tomorrow, 1 minute. Today, 45 seconds. Right foot front, left foot back. Ready? 45 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Sink and step back. Right foot back, left foot front. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Sink. And come on up. All right, relax. Holding strength. This type of practice, holding position, is something that we want to use for pretty much everything. All of the points at which we stop, we need to have this sense of, I'm in the correct position, here I go, come around, right? Step forward. That turn, in motion, we pick up a little bit of energy. Right? I wasn't going that fast, so I didn't pick up very much. And we look at the possibilities, the opportunities we may have to apply that movement in self-defense, to what we might need to do, right? That range of opportunity, because with every movement there are several. There are several things. So this one thing can do this, okay? These 3 things together can do that. Great. This 5 things over here need to be in a combination. Some things work well by themselves and others don't. Knowing that, having a sense that this is not a dance move, that we have this intent behind what we're doing, that asks us, this intent asks us to pay attention to our placement, to our position, to where the weight is, to how we move, how we turn, and what we happen to be doing in any particular move. It also asks us to pay attention to how we get from point A to point B. All right? Do this with me. Left foot front, right foot back. We ended up here. Turn the left toes. Turn to the left. Left hand circles down and around. Step around. Right down, left up. You're here. Left is up. Right is across. Here. Here we are. All right? Nope. Nope. Yes. This is at your hip, below the elbow. Okay? Not over here. Okay? And no. Okay? If your body, let me show you this for a second. I talk. There is an apparent movement, an apparent placement that has to do with your body being turned, right? So, as I come around, I'm here. There. See where my shoulders are? No? Yes. That little bit of a turn I didn't move my hands. And yet the position of my hands changed. Right here. Just that much. Straight, not straight. Changes where my hands are. Let that happen. You want it to happen. You want that small, this changes here, and that changes something else. And the result is what we see. It's part of the internal workmanship that we're trying to develop, yeah? All right, left foot front. Right foot back. Sink. Turn the left toes. Right comes around. Set. Step out. P-chuan. Right fist ready. Bong chuan. Left foot step again. Pao chuan. Turn. Come up. Up again. And down. Punch down. Right fist comes across. Step back. And close. That's the ending of the form. We go back to the beginning. At the beginning of the form, right? Beginning of the form. This, I'm going to talk about this for a second because it's important. And then we're going to do it again. The ending, not the beginning. In all of the martial arts that I've seen and everything that I've studied, whatever form it is, doesn't matter where it came from, the traditional forms, there's some stuff that's out there that's not traditional, so I'm going to qualify that. The traditional forms always go back to the beginning. The ending always takes you back to where you started. There may be a variation, there may be some difference. But you always go back to where you started. That may be literal, that you physically return to the same position, the same place that you started. If I started here, when I finish the form, I should end up right here. Not over here, and not over here, right here. Okay, how close can you get? You need to get close, real close. And if you're practicing on a surface where you can leave footprints, dirt, sand, right? You're leaving footprints. You know exactly where you started and exactly what you did to get back to where you started. I used to practice on the beach. When I talked about learning Yang style, when I very first started learning, I was living about 10 minutes drive from the beach, ocean, Atlantic Ocean, right there. And I would get up early in the morning, go to the beach and practice. I could see my footsteps, right? I'm not on the squishy sand where you sink up to your ankles in sand. I went to the hard sand where you can actually see your footprints, right? And I paid attention. Where are my feet? What am I doing? How do I keep my balance on this surface? And what is my step? What am I doing? Can I keep my step? Can I make my step even? So each time I take a step, it's the same. It's not as easy as it sounds. We see this in Xingyi form, and I talk about stepping method a lot. So as that practice developed, right? That was my own practice. Finding where my feet were, watching, paying attention to those stepping methods, gave me that right there in front of me. I started here, I went here, I did this, I did a bunch of stuff right here, and then I went, and then I came back and I stopped right here, right? Literally coming back, and the movement's the same. There's some movements, several of the movements at the end of that particular form are the same as when we start. In Xingyi, we have the 12 animals, and we have that same idea. This form goes long, it does come back. Stepping needs to be correct, and we need to pay attention to how much distance we cover horizontally and how much we pay attention to the angles, right, as we go and come back, so that this go out and come back, to pay attention to moving forward and backward. If we do that, we do end up in pretty darn close to the same spot as we started. It's part paying attention to the stepping method. It's part paying attention to the dynamic of the movement. And it's part paying attention to where you are physically in space and how you got there. So we're here. Walk through it one time. Left foot front, right foot back. Left hand front. Sink. Open left. Come around. Left hand up, right hand down. Step forward left. Ready to right. Bung chuan, punch. Step left again. Right comes up, left goes out, pow chuan. Sink onto the right, excuse me, sink onto the right. Drop the right elbow. Bring the left around. Turn the left toes in. Right fist comes up. Left fist comes up. Left fist comes down. Step behind. Punch down. Step back. Arms open. Both fists close. Return to your sides. Salute. And close. Alright, this right here. Okay, we just turn around. I'm going the other way, so we're turned here. Alright? This hand's up. This hand's under. Step forward. This hand gets ready. Right hand gets ready. Pull back. Sink. Pull in. Bung chuan. Again, left foot front. This hand's ready. It's coming up. This hand's ready to come out. Pow chuan. Shift right, sink into the right. As you sink, drop the elbow. Keep going. Alright, this keeps going here. That's it. Drop the elbow and then come up. This is not stiff. There's flexibility here. I could do something else if I wanted to. It's not, it must be. I'm using the elbow here. I want to drop the elbow. I could also pull down. I still want to drop the elbow. This comes down. So it can go up. Right? At the same time, let me do this again. Here. At the same time, where the left fist comes to cover, Up here. Shift. Up. Left comes down. Right comes up. Left comes up. And we turn. Swallow flies through the forest. Alright. That's the swallow turns his body. We turn it around, right? That turn, we have the same turn at the beginning. It requires some flexibility through the waist, right? If I'm right side, left side, right? As this comes up, right, I've exaggerated that, and you should be able to see it through my shoulders. This turn through the waist comes from here, up. Same thing on the other side. This pulls down. The opposition is part of what we want. Pull that apart. Part of the movement has this opposition. It also has a little bit of this twist. We have a little bit more of that twist as we turn here. This shoulder, hip, waist, leg has to turn. That's the only way I'm going to get to the other side. This does go all the way down. I'm not going there today. That is one of the things that I want to work on, me personally, as we get started with Bagua. So there's going to be, I mentioned there's going to be a couple of leg sets, some strengthening exercises and things that we will do with Bagua. I want that range. I know where it is, right? So as we're paying attention to what to do in this move, right? Step up, right here. I need to be centered, well centered on my right side, not on my left. This is here for decoration mostly. 5% of my weight on the left. As this comes up, a little bit more, so I might get 20% through here. As I turn to go down, sink into the right leg. Where I step behind matters to where I'm able to go. If I step here, not going to happen. I can't turn. Even as strong as my right leg might be, I'm still not going to make that turn. Right? I have to step over here to be able to make that turn. Maybe not quite that wide, but I have to move my, where do I put my foot so that I can end up in a position that I can use. How do I get there? Where does it go? The hip has to be able to turn to come to the other side, right? As I'm here, I can open my hip a little bit by turning my right toes in. Right here as I step up, turn the right toes in a little bit. I can turn them a little bit more by kicking my heel out right here. Depends on what kind of surface I'm on. I still have to pay attention to where this leg is going to go. I'm okay here. not okay here. And you can see it. I'm looking at the camera. We can see this. Here, okay. Here, not gonna happen. Here, yeah, I can do that. Sink into the right leg. Pick up the toes. You're on the heel. All weight's on the right leg. Turn the toes out. Push through the back leg into the front leg. And pick up the back leg. That. Slide through. It goes all the way down, like I said. It's paying attention to where you are, how much strength you have, where your foot is placed when you step. Right? Too narrow, too wide, too close, too far. All of those will interfere with what you're trying to do. What you want is correct for what you can do today. Right? So I'm not down on the floor today. I'm not. Not happening. Where am I? I'm, about here. Give or take. About here. Not quite 45. And definitely not 90. Okay? How do I pay attention to where do I put my football? How much strength do I have in my leg? And where is it? 45. All right. I can do this. Anything more, and I have to reach for it. Can I? A little bit. I can reach for it. And if I'm moving, that extension opens up. It's easier to open up if you're moving, if you've got that kinetic energy behind what you're doing. And it's not something you really want to pay that much attention to until you're comfortable with what you're doing in the move. How you get comfortable with what you're doing in the move? Slowly. Take it apart. Pay attention to each piece. Pay attention to where everything is, so that when you do speed it up, you know when you've made a mistake, and don't keep repeating that same mistake in what you're doing at speed. Right? That's part of why we want to slow things down. If I know I'm here, suppose I come around here. Reasonable move. Very reasonable in Xingyi. Right? Left foot front, right foot back. Do this with me. Left foot front, right foot back. We're going to go the other way. Turn to the left. Step right. Pivot on the left, turn around, go the other way. It's not hard. Do it again. One more time. Left foot front. And turn. P-Chuan. Again. Left foot front. Turn. This, it's a habit. It should be. It's supposed to be there. I could do that. It's a nice move. I like it. Keep going. And just pick a foot, right? Left foot front. Step around to the right. Step around with the right. Turn left, go right. Left hand stays front. Left hand comes in, left hand goes out. Left hand comes in, left hand goes out. Keep going, step, and step again. All right, relax. Each one. Walk a circle, not walking a circle, going in a circle. All right, we're just one side to the other. That, and you can do it to the other side as well. That idea leaves out this move. I could. I don't want to, but I could. If I practice slowly and pay attention to each move and the connections between each move, when I get to this point, I try to leave out something, my body will tell me, no, that's not what you practiced. It will feel odd. No, that's not what came next. That sense of what I did comes from left foot front, right foot back. Right here. Turn, set, step through. Over and over and over again. So that as I'm here, it's natural. It's not forced, and it fits within the vocabulary of the form. I was looking for a word to use, and vocabulary is the best one. Each of the movements has certain characteristics, certain things that we do, we would not do as we combine these movements. The fundamental notion of open and closed. If I'm closed, I cannot become more closed. I have to open. If I'm open, I cannot become more open. I have to close. That sense of open and close. Where am I in space? Am I moving forward? Am I moving backward? Am I centering? Where is the direction of movement? Where is the direction of force? And what should I be paying attention to in order to do whatever it is that I'm trying to do? All of those things as part of each movement. Alright, so what did I practice? Well, let's see. This is, I'm here, and I have to get to this side. Well, I know that, so I know I have to turn. Was there a jump? Was there, how did I get, where's the turn? I know here, I need to turn around and go that way. How did I get there? Well, I had to turn, right? I'm not, this simple logic. I'm here. I need to be here, right? I know from my practice, I know from my notes, I know from watching the video, I need to go this way. How did I get here? I had to turn. Which direction did I turn? I turned to my left. I went this way. Left. That simple logic how do I apply that simple logic in this form, with these movements, it's not basketball. I'm not trying to play basketball. I'm not trying to play soccer or football. I'm not trying to dance. I'm practicing Xingyi. How do I apply that term? How do I apply that simple logic to what we're doing here? When that answer is apparent, you understand what you should be doing. Whether or not you're actually doing it is another question. Being able to answer that. I know I'm in this direction. I know I need to go to this direction. I'm going to turn to the left. How might I do that in the context of this form? What kinds of things do I need to pay attention to? What should I be looking for? What should I be paying attention to? How to step, how to turn, right? That method is not the same as an ice skater uses to spin. It's not. Belongs to Xingyi. I want to say it one more time. When you can apply that knowledge, this is what Xingyi looks like. Here's the simple, logical thing that I have to do. Facing this way, I got to turn, I got to go that way. Very simple. Apply what Xingyi does to that simple logic. You'll remember the move. And not only that, you'll have a much cleaner understanding of what you're actually doing in that move. All right. Left foot front, right foot back, left hand front. Ready? Sink, open the left, right comes around, turn, left hand up, sink right, step out with the left, ready the right, step with the left, one, bang chuan, step with the left again, pao chuan, turn, left hand comes around, right hand comes down, turn the right toes, step up, left hand comes up, right hand comes down, left hand down and right hand up, turn around, left fist up, step down, right foot back, both hands up, fist come down to the front, and separate. Salute. All right, I'm going to do this, go the other way, I think. Just so you can see the other side, right? Okay. And here. Ready? On a diagonal on the 45. Step back. So, not here, over here. Both hands, both fists come to lower dantian. Separate to both sides. Salute. That we did this before. as we transition to the extended leg, right? This has to hold as you come up. This does not come up too high. No higher than your head. Pull down. Step through. No. Yes. Right? The direction of the fist is down, but not straight down. Okay? How much further down would really depend on what I was trying to hit. The force is not straight down, partly because that will put you off balance. You don't want that. If you're going straight down, it's the leg, not the foot. Or excuse me, it's the leg, not the fist. Using the foot, not the fist. Going straight down. My fist isn't that long. My leg gets down there. Alright, that same concept. Here. How far where might this fist go? Right about here. Whether it's my body is higher, right? This is the highest it goes, really. 3 guesses what that target is. Alright? Here, as this comes across, I'm sinking lower. So the fist goes lower. I might be targeting something that's on the ground. I might be targeting something that is part of the lower leg. I mean, that would, if I did this to the side of the knee, that would hurt. Oh my. Like this, the side of somebody, oh, that would hurt. Alright, that concept. Where am I in space? Where might this go? What are the possible opportunities? Right? This, again, I'm going to illustrate this. I've done this before. This is dance. This is not. We want the not dance for this class. Okay? This, again, I'm just going to beat up on this for just a second more, so I'm going to beat up on it again tomorrow too. This ending for Xingyi takes us back to the beginning. As we started, the same, step back, and close. That beginning and ending, that we go back to where we were, is something that pretty much all the traditional forms I've seen include. I have the orange banner over here that says that something's checking itself. And so I'm going to stop here for today. I finished most of what I expected to present this morning, and I thank you for being here to listen. I will be back tomorrow with more of this same class. I'll review a little bit more of the monkey set, pay a little bit more attention to how we finish and begin. Review more that there's more to pay attention to. And I'll do my very best to connect some of the concepts that I've been talking about throughout this series, so that there's a summary of a few of the things that I've tried to bring out, tried to mention. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday it is this week. Next week, same. Next week, more review. Thursday and Friday, Qigong. Bagua starts in July. I hope you'll join me. Thank you.